Jesus hasn't always been my first love, because I didn't understand that kind of love. I didn't understand how he could take my sin, my shame, and my hurt on his shoulders. I didn't understand how he could love me without conditions. I didn't understand how he could love me and not leave me, when that's all I'd ever known from my birth parents. My mother and father were very young when I was born, too young to take care of themselves, much less a little girl. They were immature teenagers who would rather chase a high than a toddler. Both of my parents struggled with substance abuse and run-ins with law enforcement. My mother walked out of my life at 2 years old, leaving a hole that I struggled with for many years, and I sometimes still do. I needed a mama to brush my hair and to read me bedtime stories, to teach me how to be a lady. I needed her to teach me how a mother was supposed to love her daughter. My father had been in and out of my life when it was convenient for him. He was there when his friends were busy, when he and his latest girlfriend or wife were fighting, or when he was out of money and needed a handout. When he was in my life, he promised me the moon. But before promises could be met, the next new or exciting thing would come around, leaving me brokenhearted and alone. I needed him to stay around. I needed him to show me how a father is supposed to love his daughter. Because of my parents leaving, I felt like I didn't deserve to be loved. I thought that if I had it all together, that would make my mama come back. I thought that if I could make the best grades, be the best at any challenge put in front of me, if I could be the one that checked all of the boxes, that my daddy would choose me over his newest girlfriend or that next high. I just wanted to be wanted. In my late teens, I came to know that I was wanted. I was being pursued by the King of Kings. He was chasing me down, and I was running the other way. I had heard about Jesus all of my life, but I still didn't believe that he could love me. I didn't feel like I had myself together enough for him to want me. But he grabbed my heart while I was sitting in a pew with friends. So that Sunday, I don't remember the sermon or the songs, but I remember the feeling of him. I remember the feeling of finally understanding what he did for me, sin and all. Jesus came on a rescue mission for me, for my soul, because he wants me. He didn't need me to earn it, because he had already earned it for me, because he loves me. He had given me earthly love all throughout my life. My paternal grandparents stepped in very early on when they recognized that I would need someone to raise me. They loved me and provided everything that I had ever needed. They had already raised 3 boys by the time I came along, and they could have easily said that they were done raising children, but they didn't. They took me in and they loved me as their own. I was the little girl they always wanted. My mama was the mother that brushed my hair and read me bedtime stories. She helped me pick out my wedding dress and she rocked my babies. She taught me how to be a mama. My papa was the father who taught me the value of your word and what it was like to be loved by a man. He taught me what I wanted to see in my husband. In them, God gave me a mama and daddy who chose to love me. They picked me. They chose to step in and call me theirs just like Jesus did. He chose me because he loves me. And I never knew how much I would need that reminder until 2023. In March of 23, as my mama's health was failing, I was able to sit down with her and talk about Jesus. She said she knew him and she was ready to go home. I was able to pray over her, and I was blessed to be able, alongside my papa, watch her peacefully transition to heaven. And it was beautiful. And in December of 23, another loss would come, but this time it wasn't as beautiful. My papa's doctors had found a mass in his lung, and because my papa had felt the effects of chemotherapy with a previous bout with cancer, he knew how hard the battle would be. He felt as though he didn't want to be a burden to others, so he took his life. I struggled with losing him. I struggled with not knowing if my papa was in heaven. I struggled with not having a conversation about Jesus with him. Through this, I have learned that grief is hard. It is sneaky and unpredictable. But with Jesus, you're not alone. With Jesus, you have someone to carry you when the steps get too heavy. He revealed that through my papa's passing, it is now my job to have hard conversations about him with others. He has given me a light that he needs me to shine within my family to break generational sins. He has given me the tools to love my husband and my children in a way that I'd never experienced with my birth parents. He has given me a gift that I don't want to waste. I want to spend the rest of my life loving others closer to Jesus so that they don't have to feel less than, unloved, or alone. Your heart belongs to him. You just need to trust him with it. Because of Jesus, my first love, I am no longer an orphaned little girl, but I am a chosen, adopted daughter of the King.